Senior night hockey action commences at Ice Castle as the first place Thomas Jefferson Jaguars, with hot weather in February outside, cools everything down inside against the Bishop McCort Crimson Crushers. It's AA hockey. Coming up next, right here on Tenband TV in partnership with JRM Sports, as we welcome you inside Ice Castle Arena. Great to have you alongside with us today for another week of our PIHL hockey coverage. Austin Bechtold, Nathan Breisinger here today to bring you tonight's action. So Nate, Thomas Jefferson has had a very successful season. One of the best teams in AA. Statistically, the best team in AA, and a team that's looking to try to continue to roll on tonight and honor their seniors.
Absolutely. Besides that two-game blip right about the middle of the schedule where they lost 2 in a row, they've been rolling ever since. The band's rocking here, the music's pumping. This one's going to be a fun one against a Bishop McCort team that has to travel in from Johnstown, so a long drive for them. But these two teams faced off on Monday, and Thomas Jefferson got the better of them with a 5-2 victory.
Yeah, it was a rescheduled game. You don't see it very often where you play 2 games against the same opponent in the same week. That could be something that is to the benefit of Bishop McCort, but also for Thomas Jefferson. Learn from your mistakes and go out and continue to attack.
Absolutely, and it was a game that the Crimson Crushers got out to a 2-1 lead, and then Thomas Jefferson turned it up, which we've seen them do so many times. They're such a quick strike offense that they can score in bunches.
So we talked about overall the standings between these two teams. Thomas Jefferson, as we mentioned, is in first place overall, the best team in AA. So Bishop McCort still trying to find a little bit of momentum in this season. Overall, in 9th place, only 11 points, 5-11, 0-0-1 for the Crimson Crushers, as Thomas Jefferson at 15-2. 30 total points. Still looking for a little bit of a cushion, though. South Fayette right there behind them, 2 points back at 28. Greater Latrobe, another good team in AA, 13-5 overall, 26 points. And then Franklin Regional, Norwin, Fox Chapel in that middle portion of the standings.
Absolutely, and as you see there, Bishop McCort 4 points out of a playoff spot. So this one's huge because they got 2 games after this one. So basically, they need all the points they can get and help from Hempfield if they lose. So right now they're in a precarious spot, but they need every point they can get.
Hempfield with only 15 points on the season. Bishop McCort trails them by 4 at 5-11-1. Hempfield at 7-8. Thomas Jefferson, well, it's a roll. You can count them up. Since the loss against South Fayette on December 14th, Thomas Jefferson has won every game since. Greater Latrobe, Franklin Regional, Fox Chapel, Penn Trafford, Armstrong, North Hills, Norwin, Bishop McCort in the matchup on Monday. It's 8 in a row for the Jaguars.
Yeah, they've been rolling as we talked about. Now, most recently, before that Bishop McCort game, they were in a 2-1 matchup against Norwin. But head coach John Zeiler said he liked that matchup because it's playoff hockey, and that's what they're trying to get towards right now on the stretch run.
The Thomas Jefferson Jaguar is ready on senior night with a number of TJ seniors being honored tonight. All of them, and there's a plethora of stars in the starting lineup for the Jaguars. We'll tell you who they are coming up next when we return on JRM Sports in partnership with Tenband TV.
We've always served our neighbors by offering the best value on new Ford models. This month, lease a 2023 Ford F-150 STX 4x4 Super Cab for $379 per month for 36 months. Nobody beats a Kenny Ross deal. KennyRossFordSouth.com.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
If you accept credit payments with anyone other than eServices Payment Technology, you are paying too much. At eServices Technology, we redefine convenience and security with our cutting-edge merchant payment processing. Whether you're a small business or large corporation, switch to a more accurate and efficient payment processing tool. Trust eServices for secure transactions that redefine the future of payments and can beat your current rates. Visit us at eServicestech.com, conveniently located near Baldwin High School.
Back here at Ice Castle, PIHL hockey between Bishop McCort and Thomas Jefferson. Nate, what are the keys to the game on either side to come out with a victory?
Well, for the visitors in Bishop McCort, The first key is take advantage. They're playing Thomas Jefferson on senior night, so you expect the team, when they're celebrating players, sometimes they start off a little sluggish. So Bishop McCort looks to jump on them and put them on their heels. The second point, shut down penalty kill for Bishop McCort. They've killed off 24 of their last 25 penalties, including a 21 straight streak for the Crimson Crushers, and their best penalty killer has been their goaltender, Gleb Subach. Now for Thomas Jefferson, they really want to work on back pressure through the neutral zone, something that John Zyler was harping on his team throughout the week. Back checking very hard through the neutral zone and into the defensive zone. And then that second point, it's playoff hockey time right now for Thomas Jefferson. And both teams, as a matter of fact, they got to play their best hockey right now.
Bishop McCort looking to just try to position themselves to get in. TJ Wayne to keep that top seed under head coach John Zyler. Third season, Thomas Jefferson grad. He's been through the program. He's won the Penn's Cup a couple of times. Somebody who just knows the game of hockey inside and out like the back of his hand. And he's put the Jaguars in a great position wearing their black uniforms tonight with white numbers as well as white names on the back and gold trim. Bishop McCort in red jerseys as well as a little bit of a tan coloring right on the shoulder pads and white trim as well. As we set the stage for you today, it's Aiden Doherty, the senior goalie for Thomas Jefferson, number 39 in net, 7-1 overall, with one shutout on the year, an .892 save percentage, and a .232 goals against average. The team that'll be going up against him for Bishop McCort on the first starting line for the Crimson Crushers. Keep your eyes on Sammy Traeger, number 14. He has 13 goals on the season. We'll get to them in just a moment. But for home Thomas Jefferson, it's Andrew Oliver, Ryder McGurk, Jake Stock, a line that has just been fantastic. It was Oliver and Stock with 17 goals each. And Ryder McGurk, 6 goals on the season as well, also has 20 points. Connor McCann and Nick Best, the starting defense pair behind Aiden, in front of Aiden Doherty. And on the other side, for Bishop McCort, we told you a little bit about Sammy Traeger. Keep your eyes on him, as well as Nikita Kolometjetsev, number 17, 17 goals on the year. He leads the team with 22 points. That tied with Timur Naatov, 18. Timur Naatov, the junior forward with 7 goals, 17 assists. That leads the team, 22 points as well, and Sammy Traeger. And then it's Timo Krasowski and Braden Person, the defense pairings, in front of Gleb Subach, 5-11-1 on the year, 382 goals against average, or 901 save percentage for Art McClellan in his second season overall. And we pause. Both teams meet near center ice at their respective blue lines for our national anthem here at Ice Castle. So Thomas Jefferson talked about the win against Bishop McCort on Monday, the 5-2 victory. Bishop McCort currently on a 3-game slide. Losses to Norwin, Latrobe, and of course TJ. Norwin was a 6-3 loss. That one coming on the road. Latrobe was at home on a 4-3 defeat, and then TJ back-to-back games because of a makeup. You take a look inside the glass with Evan Laurent right near the Bishop McCort bench area as they prepare for tonight's road matchup. And sometimes it can be difficult to be able to travel from Johnstown as far as there, where basically you leave school, you go to the rink, you get on the bus, and you're probably not getting home until pretty late either. We're going to see that being the case for Cathedral Prep later on tonight as well. It's also a chance to bond with teammates, and Nate, as we approach the final 3 games of the season, got to cherish the moments.
Absolutely, and a team in Bishop McCort that's trying to chase that playoff spot right now, that's huge. So you got to wonder how they come out, because they're on a long bus ride. But then, as we talked about in our keys to the game, TJ, it's senior night. Maybe they're going to start off sluggish with some of these seniors that are out there right now, starting all senior line right now with McCann and Best on defense. And then they're going to roll back to their traditional lines for the Jaguars.
Underway here at Ice Castle as it's spun around behind the net. Opportunity right away. The Best stand on the shot and sends it back to the wall. Swung on around by Bishop McCort up the near side wall. It's tipped along for Sammy Traeger, assistant captains on the team for Bishop McCort. Sent along for McCann. McCann chips it in, goes after it, and it's the first one there. McCann behind the net. Defenseman shot it in front. Goes to Ryder McGurk. McGurk swings it around to Best. Nick Best plays the puck near the far wall. Tries to connect with Stock. Intercepted by Bishop McCort, though, and taken out. It's Traeger. Pushing it up for the opportunity. Top Traeger shot it. What a save made by Doherty. Flashing the weather in the first minute.
That's one way to start your senior night performance, and Doherty's been called upon recently from TJ to play a lot of games, and he's playing really well for the Jaguars. 7-1, 2.32 goals against average, .892 save percentage. Both of those are 6th in Double-A, and obviously a very big spot early on in that 2-1, and Doherty comes up with a huge save.
Wow, Aiden Doherty, what a play for Thomas Jefferson. Take my breath away to just completely snatch that in what looked to be an open cage, and an opportunity emerges for Gallus. Up the ice, trying to connect with Scotty Allen. Allen towards the net. Fought on towards the far wall.
And that's going to feel good for Thomas Jefferson, too, because you have a breakdown defensively, but to know your goaltender's back there and can make a play like that, now you potentially have the momentum. And really for Bishop McCort, it's all their top line. Their second, third lines, not as good as we'll see throughout this one.
The Allen, Weiss, Gallus line is out there for Thomas Jefferson. It's Allen moving with it, shooting, and it was sent wide for Polio to go after it.
I mean, just some unbelievable depth, though, for Thomas Jefferson. We talked about 11 seniors, but both of these top 2 lines of forwards, all 6 of them seniors. That's huge for a team like this that wants to make a run at a Penn's Cup, and they're obviously built for that.
Allen still with it. Allen tries to wrap around. Puck is loose, and Gallus chips it once again behind the net. That depth's been huge for TJ just throughout the whole entire year to have a lot of depth scoring as well. Third line gets in on the act, especially the second line. This Allen line has been fantastic.
A lot of history between this team. Also, as we talked, winning the Penn's Cup back in 2022, and talked about it a lot when we have TJ. Scott Allen scoring the game-winning goal in overtime against Franklin Regional in that Penn's Cup. They have 7 players. They have a handful of players that were on that team that are still playing right now. So that's a huge bonus that they have that experience, and including games like this where they need these points and to stay in first place, that's massive for the Jaguars.
It's Liam Mahoney, Campbell Lorenzi, Lucas Close out there for TJ now. Sent all the way back down to center. Simon to go play it. Simon in his own end. Up to Close. And he skates with it. Close into the zone. Battle for it in the corner. It's leader's shot gets blocked, and an opportunity now for Bishop McCord moving up with it. It's Bradley Dugas. And Dolgus, rather. Sends it to Doherty. And a whistle at 14:07 remaining first period.
Great block by Dolgus in the defensive zone to spark something ahead. Not a ton of top speed. It just takes the far out shot. But we see TJ starting to get some momentum in the offensive zone, getting shots towards Gleb Subic, who has been phenomenal for Bishop McCort, and he's been a reason why they've been in so many games this year.
Here comes Ryder McGurk. Full head of steam, lost an edge though, and went to the back wall. Sent across now for Bishop McCord. Poked along, back to Simon. Simon chips it off the near side wall towards Stock. It goes into the Bishop McCort end. Notov plays it. Now it goes all the way back down to the TJ end for icing. So 13:34 remaining. It's been Thomas Jefferson really so far in this first period, and the first couple of minutes, that's controlled the tempo, controlled the pace, and a lot of this action has been on the left side of the ice as you see it, with TJ and the drop at the far side dot. Out to the left of Subac. It's the top line for TJ out there. Chipped off the glass. Calumet jets towards center and chipped it to the near side. Notov back for him. And Nikita chips it in towards the net. Doherty able to set it aside for McCann. McCann off the boards. Played up by Ryder McGurk. Trying to connect with Best, and instead it's Oliver with Stock. Stock with an opportunity. Stock looks for Best, finds him. Best is shot. Big rebound in front, and Subac ends up making the save. Stock, though, still fighting with it. Tries to kick it towards McCann. TJ tries to keep it in, able to do so.
Good keep by McCann there, but great patience by Stock when he walked in, held up, looked for Best, and then took a swarm towards the net for the Jaguars to go in and take a couple pokes on Subac.
Sent all the way down for icing.
And Gleb Subac, as we talked, the type of player he is, he's one of the better goalies and was highly praised by actually head coach John Zeiler of TJ. Just talked about how difficult it's been for them to beat him. He's a kid that plays for Esmark's U18 AAA team. Also a kid that's planning on heading to the junior ranks potentially after this season. He spent some time away from Bishop McCort a couple weeks ago, and he's a kid that he spent some time with the local team, Johnstown Tomahawks, there, practiced with them, so getting familiar, and he's a goalie that can move on potentially to the junior ranks.
Yeah, there's a lot of players on this team for Bishop McCort that have either not played that much this year or have played for other teams, so I wonder how much chemistry this team also has with each other, at least this year, for a lot of the guys there. But now set up by Gallus through the neutral zone and the attacking end. Gallus all the way around the net. Centers it for Allen. Allen's shot was blocked. Sent across to the far boards. Here's Allen moving up with it. Scott Allen's shot just off the glove of Subac. Kept in by TJ, but back out to center. Up for Allen again. Onside. Allen with a lot of speed. Looking for an outlet. Goes to Gallus. Gallus in front. His shot, save made. Another chance sent towards the net. Ricochets, though, back towards the glass. Simon able to keep again. Lost an edge, though, and fell into the boards.
Great chance there by Thomas Jefferson. As you mentioned, Gallus shooting that one towards the net, and Nathan Weiss just trying to take away the eyes from Subac. Try to get a redirection there, and all started basically from the defense. Derek Schliebner keeping that puck in multiple times and moving it ahead quickly, something that we'll see a lot from TJ tonight.
Braden Person sends it up for Bishop McCort to try to get something going in the attacking end, but it's been Thomas Jefferson's relentless pursuits of the puck. It's been most notable today. Salopek pokes it towards Stock. Stock behind the net, trying to maneuver with it, and Flume goes after it in the corner for Thomas Jefferson. It's Stock with Salopek. Stock sends it across. Sleeter's shot went all the way through towards the corner boards. Simon tries to tip it ahead. Able to keep it. Simon deflected away by Subac. Flume fighting there for TJ. Once again lifted out to center. No icing. Off the boards for Flume. Flume all the way in. Stop there, and Thomas Jefferson goes to the bench for a change. Played up by the captain, Notov through center. Connecting pass with Sammy Traeger, but it's Best that helps lift it back out to center off the boards. Played across by Krasowski, number 4, near side, and Bishop McCord just trying to get something going here. Really hasn't been that many chances, and another turnover. Lorenzi goes after it. It was Calumet Jetset moving with it, but he was knocked off the puck by Lorenzi, who has it now. Cam Lorenzi's pass. Shot. That was blocked by Blows. Lorenzi with a golden opportunity, but just can't put it in. Back out to McCann. Swung around. Shot from Best. Deflected by Blows. Blows with another shot attempt. Now it's poked into the glove of Subic. 8:59 remaining first period of play. It's been all opportunities going TJ's way.
Well, that's the matchup they've wanted so far. You have the third line out there for Thomas Jefferson against Bishop McCort's top line. And TJ can keep up with that line. That's just how deep they are. And to know that you still got 2 to 3 more lines on TJ's bench that can go out and burn Bishop McCort, you're in a really good spot for Thomas Jefferson tonight against McCort.
Stock with it, tries to maneuver. Another shot attempt by Oliver. But again, save made by Subic, no rebound. He's been good this year, 382 goals against average, a 901 save percentage, 5-11-1. Had a difficult task on his hands this year. As Bishop McCord at 5-11-1 and 11 points on the year. Saves another.
And in back-to-back games, he's seen 50-plus shots. Stopped 49 pucks against Thomas Jefferson on Monday and had 46 saves against Latrobe prior to that. So he's seen a ton of pucks his way, but he's stood tall for the most part. He's been really solid for Bishop McCort, and they've needed him.
And that's a ton of shots. If this pace keeps up, could easily get to that number again. Plays it behind the net and swings it around. Connor Hewitt tried to stop it and poke it out of the zone from behind the net, but instead up with it. Bishop McCord just hasn't seen too much go their way in terms of carrying the puck in the attacking end. Now with a chance. That goes wide. And a stoppage of play. Looks like the net was dislodged.
Yep, Dougherty just sliding left to right, kicking that off. But we've seen so far for Bishop McCort, they've been taking a lot to the outside, and that's a credit to Thomas Jefferson, their defense, from keeping him to those sides. Not a lot of pressure in the middle just yet, getting into the teeth of that defense for the Crimson Crushers.
8:09 remaining in the first period. Bishop McCort and Thomas Jefferson. No score yet, so Bishop McCort is held defensively. He's done a good job. Not too many offensive opportunities, though, as it was Luke Cadis that tried to play it right off the face-off towards the net, but again, back out the center, and now Gallus moves up with it, with Weiss. Weiss in front of the net and scores! A senior night goal for Nathan Weiss, his 7th of the year. Thomas Jefferson leads 1-0.
And you know that Subic is going to want that one back. Just slips right between the 5-hole. He didn't get down enough, but that little crease in between the two pads, Weiss was able to slip it in. Not much of a move, just a simple shuffle shot towards the net, and that one slips in.
Nathan Weiss now with 14 points on the year. Half of them, all goals. 7 goals, 7 assists on the year. Thomas Jefferson takes the lead with under 8 minutes remaining in the first period. Gallus and Weiss looking for more as Weiss stays out there and sends it all the way in. Sent along, though, for Krasowski. Back to Person. They play catch with it. It's actually Jack Esch out there, number 12. Taken away by TJ. It's Polio. Setting it aside for Spencer. We did not see Brian Spencer the last time that TJ played here on Thursday night.
Yeah, they had a couple of guys out for tournaments, a couple guys sick, a couple guys hurt. So Thomas Jefferson basically back to full strength right now.
Yeah, definitely back to full strength when you're able to get Spencer back in the lineup. And your second defense pairing of Connor McCann and Nick Best is the first defense pairing on most teams.
Absolutely. I mean, this team is just deep from top to bottom. I mean, it's going to be hard to keep up with this team, and they're built for the playoffs, something that head coach Bishop McCourt's head coach Art McQuillan said. This is one of the scariest teams in all of AA.
No icing, waved off. Kalametjetsev goes after it. It's Flume playing the puck though for TJ. Flume past Simon. And now Oliver. Oliver with Salopek. Oliver, wrister, goes up into the netting.
TJ not the best breakout, but puck got caught in Connor Hewitt's feet. And it led to that chance going the other way for Thomas Jefferson, but good stick defensively from McCort to steer it out of play. Off of Oliver.
Oliver will take the face-off. Tried to win it towards Flume. It's kept by Salopek, and now Oliver got a hand pass and a stoppage of play with 6:33 left in the first period. Thomas Jefferson has scored 28 goals now in the first period and has allowed half that, 14. It's not TJ's best period out of any. First period, 28-14. The second period, TJ scored 33 goals. Third period, 32. But TJ just trying to get off to a fast start tonight, able to do so 1-0, about 8 minutes or so in. Flip to Salopek. Flume wants it, got it, towards the net, but once again set aside. Kept in by the Jaguars. TJ's done a great job so far of just continuing to have so much ice time in the Bishop McCort end and to wear a team down.
Yeah, they do a tremendous job of cycling the puck, but also holding on to it. They have guys that can wheel through the entire offensive zone and then give it off to the defenseman, because that's what they want to do. They want to go from low to high and then get a shot in most of the time.
Puck finally freed after being in that corner boards area for about 5 seconds or so. Notov moving up with it, but taken away by Oliver. Oliver past center red. 1-on-3. Oliver's shot goes maybe through the blue paint, all the way towards the near side boards. Best with it. TJ into the bench for a change. Blows tries to keep it. Offsides is ruled off.
Art McQuillan was looking for a penalty on that trip.
Yeah, surprised
on the bench.
Surprised it was not called.
Going to look to take any of those
that's
in a game like this.
That Bishop McCort could really use at this point. Get a lot of time in the offensive zone as Best plays it back to McCann. Good move made. The 2-on-2 opportunity in. Liam Mahoney, the junior forward, scores his second of the year. 89 on the board. Mahoney makes it 2-0.
Mahoney makes no mistake with this opportunity coming down, sniping it through the glove. Another little bit of a soft one. Seems like Zubich might have gotten a little piece of his glove on it, but it starts all the way down here at the far blue line. Nalatov went to step on Mahoney, but didn't lay the body. He sort of just let him walk right past him, and that leads all the way down, and now it's 2-0 Thomas Jefferson.
Great play made by Liam Mahoney, just to be able to create the space that he did, and left side wing shot that would not be denied. 2-0. Allen is offside with Gallus, as Gallus was way into the offensive end, so we'll have a face-off with 4:32 remaining in the first period. And add another goal on to the first period. That's 29 for Thomas Jefferson. The Jaguars starting to get even some of their other periods.
But to go back to that point about Nalatov right there at the blue line, this is a game where you can't be afraid to make a play like that. Get in there, put your body on the line, make a hit to make a play. And that didn't happen, and it gave Thomas Jefferson, a team that's going to get a lot of opportunities, but gave them another one when they didn't need to have that, and Thomas Jefferson buries it.
Ben Cannizzaro sent it in for Bishop McCord, but once again, it's TJ taking puck possession. Gallus up with Allen and Weiss. Weiss, one of the goal scorers tonight, towards the front, and Allen. That goes back out to center. Here's Nick Best. Best off the boards. Sent back out to center again for McCann. All the way for Best. Now Gallus. Gallus makes a man miss, but once again sent out, and Weiss plays it. Here's Allen. A lot of speed. Allen up left side wing. Allen all the way around the net. Feeds it for Weiss, but it was poked away. Spencer keeps it. Towards Weiss. Poked at there by Connor Hewitt, but not out, and now is. As Polio couldn't keep it, it went off his skate. Fight for it towards the near side is taken by Gallus and chipped in by Oliver.
Guess that went over the stick of Oliver.
It must have for icing.
Thought that hit as well, but yeah, it goes all the way back down. And think about it. We talked about Bishop McCort trying to jump on Thomas Jefferson with obviously the festivities before this game, a huge crowd. Maybe get on top a little bit in a game where on Monday they did so. The Crimson Crushers got out 2-1, but now it's completely the opposite. And you go back to that big save by Aiden Doherty to start this one.
A huge save, and it set the tone, really, for Thomas Jefferson. That's the best opportunity really by anybody today.
Absolutely. Maybe not the best first or second shift from TJ, but right after that one, you saw there was some fire underneath them, and they got on the board.
Here's Oliver with McGurk in stock. McGurk with an empty cage, and they can find Oliver, but not able to do so. Subic was very aggressive playing the puck there and came out of the blue paint. Left the crease and almost paid the price.
Yeah, and that was that speed from Ryder McGurk. We've seen it time and time again, but Connor Hewitt basically just standing still like a statue. He was caught flat-footed and walked right around by McGurk, but Subic played the angle well and had to force him around, and then he was out of position, which could have been very costly.
So we'll get another face-off to the left of Subic. Want to see that top line get going for Bishop McCort, but once again, face-off one, and a quick save made, only a couple seconds off the clock. We'll do it again.
And that top line, as you mentioned, 59 points for Bishop McCort. The rest of their line's 13 points on offense. So they get a couple from their back end, but not a lot. So really, it's do or die with that top line.
We're talking about a very deep team in Thomas Jefferson against a team that is not able to say the same, with Weiss an opportunity that might have been just poked aside by Allen, went off of Allen, was close to ricocheting in.
And again, I mean, this Bishop McCort team, they've hung in there in a lot of games this year, a lot of 2 to 3 goal games, not any big blowouts this year besides a 7-0 loss to Hempfield, but they're a team that can compete. And it's a team last year, they were really good last year, 14-6, third in Double-A, Gold Division with 28 points. And they beat Latrobe 2-1 in overtime in the quarterfinals. However, they had to forfeit that game because they had an ineligible player. They thought he had played 10 games, but he only played 9.
Wow.
So after going back through, head coach Art McQuillan and the staff found that he had only played 9 games, and they had to forfeit that one. So a team that could have made a run last year was cut short.
Definitely an unfortunate way to go out, but the puck goes in on the shot from Allen. Scott Allen, a senior night goal, 15th of the year, 3-0 TJ.
Nothing going right for Bishop McCort, everything going right for Thomas Jefferson right now, and the seniors shining in this one. Allen with another goal, glove hand on Subic. Another one that, again, maybe a little bit off his angle, maybe that hit his glove, but one that he wants back, and 3 goals up on the board in this first period for Thomas Jefferson.
And Scott Allen is just, you know, a really fun player to watch. The way that he just moves with the puck, the way that he moves when he doesn't have the puck as well, just to be able to find open areas and create opportunities. He's been a player that's been fun to watch this year, and another goal to the back of the net. It's 15 now for Allen. Notov trying to play the puck back to the blue line. Went past Simon. Poked around towards Lorenzi.
It's going to be so difficult. You talk about the way Allen plays and the speed he brings. It's going to be so difficult for Bishop McCort to say, okay, we shut down Ryder McGurk. Okay, we might have shut down Andrew Oliver, but here comes Scott Allen. Here comes Ryan Galis. Like, all these guys just down the lineup are so quick for Thomas Jefferson. It's so hard to stop.
And a chance for Lorenzi. Lorenzi in on goal. What a move, and scores! Pamela Lorenzi's 5th of the year. A beauty to get right past the goalie. 4-0 TJ.
And the TJ crowd is loud and buzzing, and it was a bad turnover from Jack Esch at the blue line. And Lorenzi, he had no problem with that one. Little forehand, backhand fake, and then tucks it in past Subic, who was, again, way out of his goal. Came high out onto top of his crease to try to make the stop, but he gets beat. And similar to that game earlier this week, We talked about McCort got out to a 2-1 lead, but it was TJ that scored 4 unanswered, and right now that's the case.
Four nothing TJ, under a minute to go in the first period of play. It's Best that plays it off the boards and took a big hit near the Bishop McCort bench.
Yeah, the TJ bench upset because they felt that one was a little late on Nick Best. That one coming from Eric Ewan.
Play long towards Flume. Flume for Salopek. Save made. Play long towards McCann. McCann tries to keep it and able to do so. Still has it and hooked it back into the corner. For the end of the period. 4-0. Thomas Jefferson out in front. A fantastic first period of play to jump out to a 4-0 advantage. We return in a moment on JRM Sports.
We've always served our neighbors by offering the best value on new Ford models. This month, lease a 2023 Ford F-150 STX 4x4 Super Cab for $379 per month for 36 months. Nobody beats a Kenny Ross deal. KennyRossFordSouth.com.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspections and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outskate your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
Weiss, Allen, Lorenzi. The goals continue to just come at a premium. William Mahoney as well. Thomas Jefferson did a great job, and a penalty is coming up as Best took a shot.
It's going to be on TJ.
It is. Bishop McCort still with the puck and no possession yet. And a little bit of extracurriculars at the end of it. Some conversations, but nothing amounts from it. So 16:36 to go, second period. Thomas Jefferson will be shorthanded here, and looks like the guy that took the brunt of the collision there, Best, is the one going to the box.
Yeah, he's a little shaken up, but he gets some time to rest, get back together. But an important opportunity right here for Bishop McCort. Obviously down 4-0. If they want to climb back into this game at any point, it's right now for the Crimson Crushers.
2-minute minor to Best. One back right away, and a golden opportunity for Bishop McCort to try to strike. Sent all the way across. Oh, and what could have been an empty crease for Sammy Traeger. Sends it across. Now it's off towards the back. Fought off for and kept in. Kalamatjetsev sends it across. It stays in, though. Now it's off. Kept it in. Behind the net again. Spencer is fighting there. Like one man there for TJ, and now played all the way across off the boards and out.
Well, we see where they want to go, with Sammy Traeger being their trigger man there on that high dot on the left side. First time, swing and a miss, and then the second time, got a shot off. So they look for more traffic in front for Bishop McCort.
Kalamatjetsev still with it. Lost the puck. And once again, we're going to get a Thomas Jefferson penalty coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be a hooking call on Spencer. So Bishop McCort, 5-on-3 chance. And it's, you know, it's very early still in this game in the second period, but kind of say at this point, it's a little now or never if you want to score a goal. You have the prime opportunity. You're up 2 men. They need a goal big time right now.
Yeah, this is your chance for Bishop McCort, as off to the box is Brian Spencer. So it's a 5-on-3 opportunity. Traeger on the draw, loses it though to Allen. Sent all the way around, trying to keep it in, not able to do so. Kalamajtsev has to go back out the center.
It's a big face-off there by Allen, and for Thomas Jefferson to rim that one out and barely gets out. And now Bishop McCort has to regroup.
Notov with it. On the 5-on-3 opportunity that'll last for another 40 seconds. Notov sends it across on a shot that not get enough of it. Kalamajtsev not get too much on that shot. Stepped ahead, and Scott Allen an opportunity. Allen, if he could try to make his way towards the puck, was not able to do so, though.
He tried to use too much of his body there, and I think that took away all his momentum. If he would at least just rode him out a little bit, Scott Allen might have had a breakaway there.
Drop back for Person. Now behind the net. It's Grozowski fighting for it. Played along for Traeger. This is the first line, first defense pairing out there for Bishop McCort. Traeger shot though right into now passing lane for Allen. Allen one-on-one. Now 5-on-4. Allen lost the puck.
Allen trying to cut inside, just lost it on the toe drag, and Nalitov just able to stand him out pretty easily. But for McCort, I don't know if they need to hit the gym or something, but so many times, errant passes, missed shots, a lot of whiffs.
Golden opportunity for Allen. Allen scores! Short-handed. Glenn Subic came out of the crease all the way up towards the near side dot to play the puck. Allen just took it past him, used his speed, and scored on an easy goal for Thomas Jefferson to make it 5-0.
Well, Allen, the chance before we saw trying to get in there, but Subic not sure what he wanted to do there. A little bit of hesitation trying to come out and play that puck, and the sky is falling right now for Bishop McCort.
5-0 on what seemed to be the golden opportunity for Bishop McCort to try to score. We now get a goalie change for Bishop McCort, and it just has not been the type of day that you'd want, as Steven Sanders is the new goalie, 33 Sanders.
Both Bishop McCort goaltenders, juniors, and Sanders has not seen a lot of action. I think this might be his first action of the season for Bishop McCort.
The first time that Sanders has played this year. So he gets a chance now with Bishop McCort still on the power play, but you wouldn't really know it. TJ sends it all the way back down. Weiss with it. Weiss maneuvering through defenders. Weiss falls down because of a penalty, and Thomas Jefferson will go to the power play. Well, 4-on-4 for 13 seconds before that.
It's the captain, Eric Ewan, for Bishop McCort. And, man, it's unraveling quickly. I mean, we talked about the goals that Thomas Jefferson piled on in that first period, but so far, 3 minutes into this second period, and it's not gotten any better for the Crimson Crushers.
5-0 TJ. 13:51 remains in the second period of play. So 13 seconds remain on the penalty to Spencer. 2 minutes. It'll be about 1:47 on the power play for Thomas Jefferson. If the 4-on-4, when the 4-on-4 comes to an end, as it's Oliver playing it across for Ryder McGurk. Stock able to stay on side with Allen and Oliver. McGurk, Stock, shot, save made.
Sanders' first shot towards the net, gets some leather on it. Looked back a little bit. Seemed like he didn't know if he got that completely, but Thomas Jefferson now on the power play. They're 1 for their last 10. They had a power play goal on Monday against the Crimson Crushers, but they're 12.5% on the man advantage, which is last in AA, which is a bit surprising for the highest scoring team in AA to come in last, but talked about it before the game. Bishop McCort has killed 24 of their last 25 penalties.
Shot by Oliver went off Allen, so power play opportunity now for Thomas Jefferson. It's Oliver, his shot deflects up into the netting.
Very simple approach for Thomas Jefferson there. Oliver trying to get it towards some traffic. Scotty Allen trying to get a stick on it, but it goes up into the net.
And this top line for Thomas Jefferson, especially the top defense pairings that also do a good job pinching along the boards and also just attacking the middle of the ice. They are not afraid to get a shot attempt in the middle of the ice, and they have a good lane, they'll take the shot.
Yeah, they're doing everything that Bishop McCort wants to do. They just can't seem to get anything going for the Crimson Crushers, and now they got to fend off this penalty.
Allen carries into the zone. Spencer, rather, with it. Spencer looking for someone to pass it to. Spencer's shot, it blocked a couple of times and sent aside towards the near side, but he's got it back. Sends it across for Oliver. Stock with a minute left on the power play. Stock to Spencer. Spencer with the lane. Spencer shot deflects into the net for the Thomas Jefferson power play goal. I think they might give it to Scott Allen to deflect it in. Instead, it's going to be Spencer. Ryan Spencer scores his 4th goal of the year. TJ capitalizes on the power play. It's 6-0 Jaguars on senior night.
And there's that shot from the point. We see Thomas Jefferson do so much, and it's Spencer with traffic right in front trying to redirect it. You see Allen come out of there. McCort's on top of the goal crease, and Sanders just not able to get enough of it. Another goal that at least tipped off the glove on its way to the net for Bishop McCort goaltenders tonight.
So Sanders is in there. He gives up a goal. As Nate, you said it, the sky's kind of been falling for Bishop McCort. They haven't been blown out of not many games, really just a handful, not even a handful, just a couple of fingers worth, and this one is trending in that direction.
Yeah, and the last time we had Thomas Jefferson, they played a North Hills team that's below at the bottom of the AA standings. TJ jumped out to a big lead, but then it was North Hills that responded with 4 big goals in the second period, and then Thomas Jefferson, crumpled that one up and threw it away because they ran away with it. So you got to see what the response is from Bishop McCort, because you know that Thomas Jefferson is potentially beatable. They let in some goals, but right now they're not playing like it.
Shot from Mahoney, already with a goal tonight. It was set aside, now back out to center. Mahoney goes to plate there towards Best, up to Blos. Blos with McCann and Lorenzi. Blos makes a good move. Just over to Lorenzi, save made. Sanders rebound is in for McCann. Connor McCann's 4th of the year. Another senior in on the action. Everybody's getting fed on senior night. 7-0 TJ.
They must have a checklist over there. McCann, check. Allen, check. Weiss, check. All these seniors getting goals. All these different players for Thomas Jefferson getting goals on the score sheet. And Sanders just falling down. Makes the first save. A very, very good save for Sanders as well. But the rebound poked in from McCann, who crashed in from the point.
The Thomas Jefferson band is here. The Thomas Jefferson section is absolutely filled to the brim.
And they're putting on a show for them,
They
too.
are. The crowd is here, and they're liking everything that they're seeing today. 7-0. We still have 11:20 to go in the second period. Simon pokes it off the glass. Back out the center. Puck on edge. It's slowed down, and a chance now for Bishop McCort. Able to stay on side. Back towards the net, though. And it's played up by Salopek. Salopek to Gallus. Gallus' shot gets blocked. And you wonder for Sanders, the opportunity for him in net. First time playing this year. What nerves might be going through his mind right now as it's Flume able to keep it in. Over to Simon. And across for Salopek. Salopek behind the net. Lost the puck. And it's played by Person off the glass, but not out. That was Connor Hewitt, rather. That one up into the netting.
Shot from Schliebner coming in, and you could tell, Sanders deep in his crease. Another shot, he didn't really know where that one. That one jumped up off of him and into the netting. But yeah, this is it's a tough spot for Sanders because not seeing much playing time during the year. He's sitting behind Subic, who's been really solid this year. But when you play TJ, that's the type of game you could be in for, and that's what it's been so far.
Yeah, and when he went out and played the puck on the power play for Bishop McCort, up by the dot, it really seemed like that was pretty much the last straw for Bishop McCort. A lot of over-aggression on his part to really just not trust his defense and let the puck continue to just sit where it was at as another one's poked up into the netting.
And you got to be worried about his confidence, his mental state as a goalie right there, because you keep him in, and it just could, get worse and worse and worse. So that's a point where you need to bring him out. And again, you still have 2 games after this one, so you want to keep him ready to go for the rest of the season as Bishop McCort wants to take some of this momentum into next year.
Allen and Traeger on the draw. That's one back to Weiss. Weiss with it, already with a goal tonight. Weiss, nifty move, pokes it over to Allen, who scores again! Scott Allen continues the offensive onslaught for Thomas Jefferson. It's 8-0 with still 9.5 to go in the second period.
They're just trying to one-up themselves with every goal. What a move there by Weiss to get over to Scott Allen and Saunders. You can just see it. Sanders, rather. You can see it. Oh, man, the frustration right now from Bishop McCort. It's got to be tough right now for the Crimson Crushers.
It does. So that's 2 goals now for Scott Allen. He's been absolutely fantastic in this one. And now 2 spaces, a couple of spaces that were cutouts from the stands have now been taken by the referees and sent all the way across over by the penalty box. So not sure how those necessarily got on the ice, but they won't be seen again, as another one for Allen almost went past Sanders.
Yeah, another big spot right there, and Sanders tripping over himself, trying to slide over. And now you're saying, how long, if Sanders continues to get peppered, how long until they take him out and potentially put Subic in?
Chance goes past Spencer. As it's been Doherty just playing really well for TJ as well. A chance here for Allen towards Weiss. Weiss's shot save made Sanders. No rebound, sprawls out for it. Steven Sanders makes the save.
Much better effort there from Sanders going left to right, or right to left rather, to come over to make that save. And you know, right now for Bishop McCort and head coach Art McQuillan, you just got to wonder what's going through his head. A guy that's been around high school hockey for quite a long time. It's just his second season as head coach for Bishop McCort, but he spent 30 years at Westmont Hilltop, where he accrued 559 wins and a PIHL title. So he's been around the game a lot, and it's, you know, you wonder what's going through his head right now and how do you keep your team in this.
Stock stays onside with an opportunity. Pass Sanders, Stock scores! What a nifty move by Stock. Jake Stock, another senior, 18th goal of the year. That leads the team 8-0. Thomas Jefferson continues to dominate.
Jake Stock, a little Pavel Datsuk-esque. Oh my. What a goal. The toe drag right on the goal mouth. Sanders sprawled out right there.
And that made it 9-0. The scoreboard didn't change in time. That's how fast the goals are going off.
Blink and you might miss one. Holy moly.
9-0 TJ.
Love to give you the scoring, but they don't even got the stats up and running here in Ice Castle. That's how crazy this one's been.
Well, I have all but one. Stock has scored. Nathan Weiss has scored. Scott Allen has scored twice. Liam Mahoney has scored. Brian Spencer scored. Connor McCann has scored. Who did I miss?
I don't know. There's a lot of them. And to add to that point, 9 goals in PIHL, 7 goals is running clock. So we have a running clock right now here inside Ice Castle Arena with the amount of goals that Thomas Jefferson's just been pouring in at ease.
Off of Doherty and up into the netting. And, you know, this is something on a senior night for Thomas Jefferson that you can only really dream of, for everybody to get involved in the action. For some of the seniors tonight, Ryan Gowans, Joseph Pulio, Jacob Stock, Connor McCann, Andrew Oliver, Scott Allen, Aiden Doherty in net, Ryder McGurk, Nick Best, Towel Custy. I mean, this senior class has seen so much and has had so much success. All of it is coming together tonight.
Absolutely. And you say, you know, it's one thing to score a goal, but you have guys that are starting to pour on multiple goals. Oh my, another almost a Michigan attempt by Jake Stock. He's trying to pull everything out of his bag tonight.
And the puck came off of, the net was dislodged, as we'll have a face-off with 6:25 and rolling here in the second period with the clock in the mercy rule effect in this 9-0 game. We'll make sure to find out who that extra goal is during intermission, which will be in 6 minutes, so we can provide the most proper scoring summary that we can. But man, it started out with Weiss, Lorenzi, Allen. Kind of had a feeling that it was going to be Thomas Jefferson's night. It's been anything but for Bishop McCort.
And for TJ, head coach John Zeiler, one of his big points when we talked to him early in the week was they don't need any pretty goals. They want the dirty goals. Well, it's basically been anything but that. Maybe 1 or 2 kind of sloppy goals, Subic coming out of the net, but everything other than that's been breakaways, 2-on-1s, great shots. and TJ just pouring it on right now.
Another one that's this time set off of the beam on the ceiling on the shot attempt for Sammy Traeger. For Bishop McCord, team that is just trying to do anything at 5-11-1 right now to find their way to a playoff spot. And this one obviously a big damper on those chances. In 9th place overall. North Hill's the only team that does not have a point in AA this year. As Simon lost an edge, and a chance emerges for Kalamajitsev. But that got poked away from him, and it's Salopek now with Flume calling for it. Goes past Flume. As he was trying to go after it, the puck was taken by Jack Etch. And back towards him now behind the net. Sending it along for Krasowski. Chance emerges, Sammy Traeger, but denied by Doherty.
Traeger using that speed, snuck in behind the defense in another play that was really close to being offsides. The ref waves it off. There was another one that was like that, a 2-on-0 that emerged earlier. But every time, besides that one, probably their best look so far for Bishop McCort all night. But every time they seem to try to get into the offensive zone, they just cannot put it together. And they lose the puck and it's going the other way.
And it seems like the speed of Thomas Jefferson has been a big factor in this one as well.
Absolutely. And I mean, that first line from Bishop McCort has some speed, as we've seen right now. But they just can't put it all together.
Kalamajitsev got knocked off the puck. Schleter's shot that ricochets off the glass after it went off of Sanders. Now to the near side, Lorenzi. Lorenzi with the puck. Towards Blows, but went past the goal. And back out to center again with 3:30 to go. Spencer carries. Take it across the blue line. Out of the corner and try to be poked out. And is able to do so. Spencer played it back into the Bishop McCord end for Blows to go after it. And Blows plays it right near the Ice Castle logo. Blows towards the net and denied by Sanders. Don't know if he saw it all the way. Lorenzi was there trying to deflect it in.
Yeah, Lorenzi trying to get just enough, and he did. But Sanders, a good reactionary save. Just a little bit of a kick from that right pad, able to steer that one away. Keep it from being a double-digit deficit.
9-0 is the score in favor of Thomas Jefferson. Just an incredible performance by the Jaguars on senior night. And another chance. Sanders denies it, though, on the attempt from Mahoney. TJ has scored 12 goals and 11 goals this year. Both came against North Hills. They have not reached 9 against anybody else. TJ scored 8 in a win against Franklin Regional. But other than a 2-game losing streak, Penn Trafford and South Fayette, it's been nothing but W's.
And we talked about the game before Bishop McCort on Monday was a 2-1 win for TJ, and that was a game. Scott Allen tied it in the second period. They were down 1-0. Then it was Jake Stock scored a shorthanded goal, the game winner, in the third period. And it was a play, he was talking to Zeiler about it, play that Stock got cross-checked into the boards, but it wasn't called a penalty. Then McGurk retaliated. They called a penalty on Thomas Jefferson. So it was almost about a little bit of a puck don't lie situation because they would go down and score. So instead of them being on the power play, they were shorthanded, and Jake Stock, either way, he went down and scored.
Big hit by McCann on Cannizzaro. McCann skates with it, tried to center. It's Oliver now. Oliver towards Stock. Stock back to Oliver. McCann's in front of the net. Oliver sends it back. And the shot attempt that ricochets off the glass. Bestest shot is seen all the way by Sanders and covered.
Sanders with that trapper on his right hand, too. Not very common. You see goaltenders with the trapper on that side. Doherty, a left-handed glove. So same with Subic.
1 minute remaining in the period with this running clock and the mercy rule. It's got a lot faster since the 9th goal was scored. Last couple of goals seems like really just frozen in time with the last 3-4 goals that were scored in a matter of minutes. Allen's in front looking for the hat trick. They find Allen. Allen tries to backhand it, but sent all the way back out to center. No icing. Best skates with 20 seconds. Has some room in a 3-on-2. Best with Allen. Best. Still skating with it. Callis for Allen. Allen to McCann. McCann shot. Finds the back of the net. A 10 spot for Thomas Jefferson. 3.8 remaining in the second period, and the celebration continues.
And Connor McCann, very similar to his other goal of the night, crashing in from the point, gets the feet out in front, and this time he's able to bury it past Sanders. So you can see him there creeping in through the slot in the soft spot. Bishop McCort unable to pick him up, and he's untouched and scores.
5 goals now for Connor McCann, and the period comes to an end. It's 10-0. Thomas Jefferson, senior night against Bishop McCort, and it's pure domination by the Jaguars here on JRN Sports and Tenband TV.
We've always served our neighbors by offering the best value on new Ford models. This month, lease a 2023 Ford F-150 STX 4x4 Super Cab for $379 per month for 36 months. Nobody beats a Kenny Ross deal. KennyRossFordSouth.com.
If you accept credit payments with anyone other than eServices Payment Technology, you are paying too much. At eServices Technology, we redefine convenience and security with our cutting-edge merchant payment processing. Whether you're a small business or large corporation, switch to a more accurate and efficient payment processing tool. Trust eServices for secure transactions that redefine the future of payments and can beat your current rates. Visit us at eServicesTech.com, conveniently located near Baldwin High School.
Feels good to be off the sidelines, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it does. That extra effort with AHN Sports Medicine got you back here. With every specialty set, custom training day, and personalized drill, you bettered your body. Now line it up. They don't see this move coming. Told you. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
So we return for the third period of play with it now 8 o'clock. Game started a little bit late. We're just going to continue this action in a 10-0 game with a running clock in the third period and let this game come to a little bit of a quicker conclusion. TJ was starting to go off to the locker room, but now the net comes off its pegs right on the Thomas Jefferson side for Doherty, and clock continues to run, and got about 16 minutes and change still left in this one for Thomas Jefferson before they can officially celebrate a win.
Yeah, and it threw a lot of people for a curveball because a lot of people went to the exits towards the lobby to take a break real quick.
A little surprised.
So we'll see them probably foul back in a little bit. But regardless, a great crowd tonight, as we've mentioned. The band on hand for the senior night. See a Gretzky jersey and his kids wearing a McDavid jersey down to the left of us. Just a great hockey night in Pittsburgh, and we'll have another game for you guys coming up in a little bit at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, stick around for Cathedral Prep in Baldwin coming up at 9 o'clock. Two teams that are fighting for positioning in the bottom of the standings in AAA. Hasn't been a good year for both teams. But the dam will break on one end. Somebody's going to win the game and take 2 points.
Yeah, should be an intriguing matchup between those two clubs.
All the way down for icing. So in a game like this, I think if you're Bishop McCort, just overall, you don't want to get discouraged. You don't want to think too much about it. Really, at this point in time, there's probably part of you that thinks, okay, let's get out of here, but also part of you that, for the players, obviously, you want to be the one that ends this drought of not scoring today and make sure that it's not a shutout.
Exactly, and you want to play with a little bit of dignity, too, because you don't want to walk out of here.
They're not going to quit.
Being slapped. You want to show some fight here, especially this top line. I'm sure they're pretty furious and want to get on the board.
Flume shot, save made Sanders. Rebound attempt, kicked away on the poke from Best on the backhand. It's gonna go all the way back down. Doherty's gonna play it to prevent icing towards McCann. You just keep play moving. Salopek with it up the right side wing. Salopek makes a move, chips it off the boards. Joel Custy, the senior forward, seen his first varsity game action this year, is in there, number 9 for Thomas Jefferson. Good to see a lot of guys that don't get a lot of ice time in there, especially on a senior night. And fortunately, on the other side, it was McCort's shot goes off the post. It was Sammy Traeger who was slow to his skates right near the Thomas Jefferson goal. Stock scores for Thomas Jefferson and another one for Jake Stock on the backhand. And TJ continues the onslaught. Didn't really seem like there was a goal. Stock didn't really react to it. Just a little point by the referees. We've gotten to that point in the game where just another goal is just another goal.
Yeah, it was Schliebner that sent it in, and Stock might have got a stick on it, not sure. But regardless, it's in behind Sanders. And right now, Thomas Jefferson has obviously run up the score, but you're trying to
look out. Oh, puck almost went out of play.
Some little kids standing over there too, so gotta be careful. But Thomas Jefferson trying to play with some sportsmanship here. If you're gonna score a couple more goals, no celebration, just go line right back up. Clock does stop on goals.
They give the goal to Derek Schliebner.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was a shot in, little backhander. Not a hard shot by any means, but Stock was there, but Sanders cannot stop the initial shot from Schliebner.
Stock with it now with Ryder McGurk and Oliver. Stock over to McGurk. McGurk shot. Karams over to the far side corner. It was deflected. Now sent aside off of Sanders. Even Sanders with the save. Played along towards Oliver, but now set back all the way out. Down past Doherty. Icing waved off. Doherty plays it.
Yeah, Doherty just making the smart decisions. Sure, we'll see that the rest of the game. Any pucks that are coming down, he'll just slide over and keep that from being an icing.
Stock over to Oliver. Andrew Oliver with space towards Simon. Simon's shot went wide. There was an open crease there. Stock's other opportunity at it was saved by Sanders. Nick Karams right past the Thomas Jefferson bench. Simon skates with it.
And we've seen throughout the game a couple spurts where Thomas Jefferson has really held the zone, but a lot of these goals have been coming off the rush. But for Bishop McCort, obviously their top line lugs all their minutes, puts a lot of the points on the board. Their second line, talking to McQuillan, he said that's a line that they're basically going to play 90% of the time in the D zone. That's just how this team is this year. Not a lot of depth outside of that top line.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to say that, but for him to say that. But that's been the case tonight. It's just the honest reality of it for Bishop McCord, and nothing has worked for the Crushers in this game. Now under 11 minutes left.
And we talked about the season they had last year for the Crimson Crushers. Again, 14-6, a team that won their first round game but had to forfeit it. But it was a team that didn't graduate a ton of players, three graduates and 3 other players that didn't return, but 159 points of offense. That's just a lot that you've lost, and it's hard to replace that and replicate that quickly. So obviously you knew it could be a potentially down year for the Crushers.
Yeah, it's a ton to try to be able to find people to replace, as nifty move was made, but not able to score there was Mahoney. Mahoney looked like he was going to have the open cage. And now Spencer's shot is set aside. Mahoney, another opportunity. He's got it back now towards Blos. Behind the net. Fight for it there. Now towards Lorenzi and Polio. Polio, Lorenzi, who was checked there well. That was Hewitt. Outforced the errant shot. Lorenzi's got it back. Now behind the net. Sent around towards Lorenzi. Poke back out the center. Play made by Ethan Rosenbaum, junior forward in there. 15th game of the year. Save made by Sanders. Another chance for Mahoney. Shot was blocked. Lorenzi with it. Line's been out there for a while. Lorenzi lost an edge and played up by Sammy Traeger all the way back down for Doherty to play. McCann for Best. Best towards Allen. Allen got deflected on the way across past the net. Traeger goes after, but instead it's Best. Carrying through center. Nick Best taking off the puck there. Tom knocked it away, but Scott Allen now his own blue line. Over to Weiss. Weiss with Allison McCann. Here's Nathan Weiss. Best calls for it. Slapper was fanned on. Jordan Stormer almost had an opportunity with it if he would have skated, but instead it's once again sent all the way back down by Bishop McCort.
Shot fanned on by Best as you talked about, Austin. And Stormer, he turned almost as expecting that puck was going to go in. He didn't really give much of an effort to try to go out and block that one. So by the time he turned around, it was a little too late.
Poked back in by Person towards McCann and sent around for Best. Nick Best plays it into the TJ bench. They don't have a face-off.
Play that right off the glass where his banner's hanging up, and it careened all the way into the bench. Keeping that Jaguars bench alert in a game like this.
So 11-0 is the score. Some of the highlights: 2 goals for Connor McCann, 2 for Scott Allen. It really hasn't been Andrew Oliver and Ryder McGurk, 2 of the top scorers for TJ on the season. They haven't been the most impactful ones tonight. I mean, they've definitely had their presence felt, but it's been other guys, including Weiss, Allen, Lorenzi, and it made the ultimate difference.
Yeah, and Oliver lead 5th in AAA in points, but Jake Stock, a couple of nifty goals tonight. He's 3rd in Double-A with points, rather, and now extends his goal-scoring streak to 6 games.
Simon keeps it behind the net towards Flume. All the way back around for Sleebner. His shot. Karam's off the beam. Once again, that beam's been hit twice tonight here at Ice Castle on the ceiling. They'll have another face-off with 6.5 left.
A lot of pucks up out of play, at least as of late in this 3rd period. And this is a closer game. I mean, those breaks could be helpful, but at this point, that clock's going to continue to tick as we get towards the 6-minute mark.
And Nate, think about how different things could have been on the first shot attempt towards Doherty, where he made, I mean, one of the best seasons, one of the best saves you're going to see all season in the PIHL. That's a highlight reel save that he made with pretty much an open cage. Half the cage was open.
It was unbelievable save, too. And that was a point where Bishop McCort wanted to come out and set the tone, and they were about to, if not for that glove from Doherty.
Simon shot, it deflects in. Thomas Jefferson makes it 12-0. The Jaguars, another goal. I think this one's going to go to Ryder McGurk. So we talked about how he hadn't scored. Well, give Ryder a goal and make it 12-0.
Yeah, not often do you see him deflecting goals in like that. He usually kills with his speed, but this time, a little redirection in the band.
They love
has
it.
ignited.
The Thomas Jefferson band loves it. First band that we've heard all year. And of course, when it's senior night, you got to bring out the band, got to bring out all the festivities. The posters, the ceremony, ceremonial balloons. Another stoppage of play, but the clock continues to run with 5.5 to go.
Yeah, I mean, senior night just such a big moment for any sport, for any kid in high school. I mean,
I remember our senior year when Baldwin, high school team that you played for, high school that we graduated from, our good buddy Andrew Goldbash had a hat trick on senior night. Never forget that.
I was thinking about that earlier. Just, I mean, it's one thing to score a goal if you're a senior on senior night, but to put in 3, and we've seen a couple guys so far tonight for TJ score a couple. I mean, that's just such a great and satisfying feeling. And senior night's probably the biggest game of the night for any team because some teams don't make the postseason, but TJ, this is a huge night for them, but it's just the beginning of this run that they want to make into the postseason.
Oliver with it, skating now towards the blue line. Here's Oliver. His shot deflects up into the netting. 4.5 remaining in this one. Stick around. The Baldwin Fighting Highlanders play next up against Cathedral Prep. Matchup in AAA hockey, one that we're looking forward to. It's not the type of matchup that has teams in the top and close to the bottom of the standings, but rather two teams, unfortunately, closer to the bottom, trying to find some points and salvage what's left of this year.
And just like this one coming in, this had some playoff implications. We talked about TJ trying to remain in that top spot. McCort trying to find a way to sneak into that 8th spot, but Cathedral Prep's right outside of the 8th spot in AAA, so that's a big one for them in a handful of minutes coming up.
Good save made by Sanders there, read it all the way on the shot from Spencer.
Now, Sanders not the biggest of goalies, gets down pretty early, so he's had to rise up a couple times with his glove, make a save, where Gleb Subech, he's a big goalie. He takes up a lot of space in that net.
That one was deflected on a high stick, but played by Bishop McCort. Out to center. Sent in by Marcus Anderson, sophomore forward. Weiss battles with Person in the corner. Sent all the way through. Almost found the back of the net again.
TJ, no let up from them either. I mean, they're just continuing to bring their waves of forwards. So we see this 4th line out there going to work.
Weiss almost went in. I think Weiss just tried to throw it off a Bishop McCort player's skate there, maybe.
Yeah, they're trying to get it to the front because they have Talal Kusti out there.
Trying to get him a chance.
Yeah, their other senior that's been playing JV all year.
He's still out there wearing number 9.
He's going right to the front of the net and parking there.
Back out to center. Spencer has to play it across the polio. Allen tips it in. High off the glass all the way down. And we get icing.
Well, Bishop McCort with time ticking, 2 minutes left to try to put one in. They've only been shut out one time, and that was back on December 5th, 7-0 versus Hempfield. And a team that we looked at the standings was right in front of them. Obviously, that game so critical, and this game tonight was an important one for Bishop McCort, but just unable to find any offense. And the Crimson Crushers, again, we talked about that top line, 59 of their points on offense. A couple of those players, guys that play for Esmark, Nalatov, U18, AAA, Kolomajetsev, U16 AAA for Esmark, both kids that could potentially go into juniors. Nalatov was a kid that is being looked at and tendered right now by Danbury in the NAHL up in Connecticut. So some kids with a lot of talent on this team, but unable to put one in just yet.
Eric Ulen is number 26, and he's a kid for Bishop McCort who has a lot going on with his family right now. I want to wish them well.
The only senior on this team, senior captain, and yeah, a lot going on with that family. We wish them well.
It's McCann at the blue line with a minute left. McCann shot is poked almost in the attempt for Ryder McGurk, and now Dr. D will go to play it in the last 45.
All smiles on the TJ bench right now. It's been that type of night. Not a lot to worry about. Got on Bishop McCort pretty early, 4-0 in the first, and it continued from there.
It's a game for TJ where on senior night you always want to come out and put out your best performance in front of the biggest crowd of the year, and definitely what the Jaguars have done.
Yeah, they've done that and then some.
Trying to get that deflection again, as you mentioned, Nate. It's McCann. And there it is! with 1 second left
My
on
goodness.
senior night. It's just storybook. Custy is able to score.
And they're going to call the game.
Surrounds him, and that's it. 13-0. Thomas Jefferson with an extra cherry on top. First varsity game. Scott Allen can't believe it. And just all kind of thrill for Thomas Jefferson here tonight.
There's been a lot of celebration tonight, but man, there's nothing bigger than that one for Talal Kusti. Called up senior night, played JV all year long, and the fans are going bonkers. The teammates are going bonkers. A lot of smiles right now throughout that Thomas Jefferson handshake line. But on the other end, you got to think about what Bishop McCourt's feeling right now. Tough loss for them, 13 goals. No celebrating for them tonight as they lose 13-0.
A frustrating performance by Bishop McCort and a long trip home back to Johnstown for the Crimson Crushers. Thomas Jefferson, though, can just take the night and celebrate. The Jaguars remain in first place, 16-2, 32 points for Thomas Jefferson on the season. Bishop McCort drops to 5-12-1, still at 11 points and 9th place overall.
And an awesome moment watching the handshake line. Obviously, you got to wonder, I mean, scoring with 1 second left, but to understand the circumstances, Bishop McCort head coach Art McQuillan is just taking it with all love. And I mean, it's been all love so far. Kusti went up there in the handshake line, talked to him about it, and he shook his head and was smiling. He understood what the situation was. So great there, great sportsmanship from Bishop McCort.
Yeah, respect the game and respecting the moment. And you know, this is a classy gesture from somebody in Art that's been around hockey for so long and understands what the moment's like. Sure, he's had chances to coach in occasions like that where
Exactly.
you have a guy that has not had varsity experience that is able to score a goal, and he's getting hugs from everybody surrounding him for Thomas Jefferson. Just, you can tell the amount of love and support that he has, and to be able to score on senior night is something he'll never forget.
And that's a testament to this Thomas Jefferson organization in general. I mean, they've been building something special here for a while. Penn's Cup champs in 2022, but just top to bottom, varsity, JV, and middle school, top to bottom, since John Zeiler has come in, this program's really been one of the best here in Western Pennsylvania.
13-0. Thomas Jefferson wins it on senior night. Ryan McGirt, Scott Allen, Jake Stock, Nathan Weiss, Dan Lorenzi, Liam Mahoney, Ryan Spencer, Connor McCann, Derek Schliebner. Somebody else that I don't think we ended up writing down.
List
the
goes
live
on.
stats. We could take a guess, but yeah, it might have been somebody that even had two. And Talal Kusti with the goal. 13-0 Thomas Jefferson leads it. Thanks to our entire crew that made today's broadcast possible. For Nate Breisinger, I'm Austin Bechtold saying so long. Stick around for game 2 of our doubleheader coming up next. Cathedral Prep in Baldwin here on Tenband TV and JRM Sports.